Let's jump right into this explainer because today we're tackling one of the absolute most misunderstood concepts in the entire philosophy of Ifa. We're talking about Ìwà Pẹ. And trust me, this is going to completely flip how you view spirituality, how you define character, and what it actually takes to govern your own destiny. You know, we so often reduce Ifa to just rituals or ceremonies. And society? Well, society constantly tells us that having good character basically just means being nice. But we have to ask ourselves, is that actually true? Because honestly, just saying yes to absolutely everything, that isn't wisdom. Most of the time, it's literally just a way to avoid conflict. The source material we're looking at today points to something so much deeper.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the sheer contrast. See, the common translation of Ìwà Pẹ is good character. You know, the whole angel on your shoulder routine, but the true essence, the Ifa truth, it's actually balanced character. It is all about equilibrium and sharp discernment. Blindly agreeing with everyone isn't virtuous at all. Finding that perfect balance is. Because real life doesn't happen at the extremes. Ifa absolutely does not want us to be aggressively dominant, nor does it want us to be purely passive. Think about it. There are moments to speak and moments for absolute silence. Moments to forgive and moments to demand justice. Moments to be gentle and moments to be firm. True wisdom is simply having the discernment to know the difference between the two.
So, what exactly happens when we lose that equilibrium? Well, the text makes it crystal clear. Imbalance inherently creates suffering. Every single time. Too much pride, it destroys your relationships. Too much fear, that puts a massive cap on your potential. Even getting way too caught up in your desires just creates addiction, while unchecked anger completely clouds your judgment. True maturity is governing your emotions before they end up governing you. I really want you to think about this quote for a second. Even virtues become harmful when they lose balance. Seriously, let that sink in. Just like a surplus of water will literally drown a houseplant, too much of a good thing becomes destructive. Wisdom is found in harmony. It is never found in excess.
But achieving this harmony, it requires rigorous self-examination. First, step 1, examine yourself. Before we go around pointing fingers at everyone else, we have to look in the mirror. Step 2, correct yourself. Before trying to fix the whole world, fix what's going on inside. Step 3, develop emotional balance. Because honestly, if you can't govern your own mind, how can you possibly expect to wisely govern anything else in your life?
And this brilliantly illustrates what happens when we actually get this right. It changes absolutely everything externally. We develop honesty, sure, but without the cruelty. We gain humility, but without being weak. We show strength without violence and compassion, without enabling bad behavior. This right here, this is how you actually sustain your blessings. It's through balanced action, not just having good intentions.
I always like to think of Ifa like a massive ancient tree. Religion, the prayers, the ceremonies, those are just one single branch. But there's also philosophy, science, ethics, psychology, medicine, and enlightenment. You can memorize all the sacred verses you want, but without that balanced character we've been talking about, you're totally missing the root system of how to actually live.
So what does this all mean for us? It means the ultimate achievement in life isn't accumulating wealth or power. No way. It's becoming a fully balanced human being. Your Ari, your inner consciousness and your destiny, it doesn't just magically respond to what you pray for. It responds directly to who you are becoming, to your balanced thoughts, your words, and your actions.
If this deep dive into Ìwà Pẹ sparked something for you today, the journey definitely does not stop here. You've got to follow Olusegun Daramola at Olusegun Books across all social platforms. And definitely join the communities at Ifa Enlightenment and World Builderr. That is where you're going to truly master consciousness, dive deeper into African philosophy, and learn the real mechanics of balanced living.
I want to leave you with this final, powerful thought from the source material. Enlightenment is not a destination, it is a way of living. It's an ongoing daily practice of finding your center. So the big question you have to ask yourself right now is, which of your virtues is currently out of balance? Ashed.